Going on the road. Going on the road. Going on the road with Harley and Mona. RV broke.
Harley here, RV broke. We're gonna scratch off our first state. There goes our first state. See how this works.
Let me get on the other side there. And this map is thanks to our daughter Michelle. Hi everybody.
Hi.
So we ended our last video really quite abruptly, and that was on purpose. It's called a teaser. Or a cliffhanger, I guess. So the only reason that happened was because it was...
Yeah. I took the key with the key fob so I can lock it, because when we tow it behind the motorhome, then we stop at a rest area for a couple hours or something. I like to have the element, the tow vehicle, locked. And so what I had to do was swap keys, and I couldn't get the key out without putting it in park. I put it in park, to put the key out, put the new key in, and forgot to put it back in neutral, so it drugged the front wheels. So that wasn't good. But that's the only time that's happened. And it's been fine so far.
Yeah, it didn't cause any problems or anything like that.
Yeah.
And so then we made it. It snowed that night.
Yes. We had to wait. Yeah, in Clinton, Montana, we had to stop overnight.
Right.
And we got a couple inches of snow.
Yeah.
And they closed the pass at Butte. And then we waited in Butte for about an hour. I talked to a state patrol that was there, and he showed me some pictures that it was just slush and wet on the pass. So then we went ahead over because we didn't have chains, and the pass was closed the day before. And we went ahead and came to a fork in the road at Billings, Montana.
Yes.
We stopped and had lunch in Bozeman and went to Billings, Montana. There's a fork in the road, and do we go north, Glendive, where our relatives are, or do we go down south?
And we had just planned on taking 90 south,
we were going to go south. Yeah.
Just heading straight to Wisconsin then.
Yeah, because it's closer.
Right, and I said to Harley,
something told me,
doesn't matter to me what you do.
Something told me go north, so we did.
Yeah, so we did. And so we ended up that was Saturday night.
And Beach, North Dakota.
Yeah, we ended up in Beach, North Dakota, and decided to go to our nephew Ben's church there. And it was graduation Sunday, and they had all the graduates there, and it was a little bit of a different service, and they had a band there.
Yeah.
That
Color, what was it? Color?
Land of Color.
Land of Color. Very good.
And through all of the trials and stuff with the motorhome, we've just really been, I don't know, what would you call it?
Do you pull the cork and go home and call everything off, or do you just keep going?
Do you keep going, and do you keep working on and seeing if we can work through it, and that's what we did. So through that whole thing in Spokane, we worked through that whole thing, and God was certainly with us through that, and things started falling into place again. And so that morning at church, the band sang a song.
Yeah.
And it was, what's the worst that could happen?
What's the worst can happen? And I talked to the guy who wrote the song, who lives in Nashville, and he writes for several different bands. And he went on the road with his family, and basically the words of the song are, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah, really.
You can lose everything, and then you have nothing to worry about.
Right.
And then if it comes down to it, his wife said, I can sell my diamond ring.
Yeah.
And we can finish.
Yeah.
We can finish out this year. And that was an amazing song to hear at that time in our life.
Right, it was. And
it was tough.
And so
that was meant to be.
It was.
Yeah.
And so we were both crying. Really, really hard, because it was just like an answer.
Yeah.
And so
So we're doing this.
So we're doing this. So anyway, it was good to be with our niece and nephew and their kids, and just to have them see that we were confirmed. We had a confirmation that this is what we should be doing. And so we left there and headed to Wisconsin.
Yeah. We went to, I think, South Dakota. We stayed in that night.
We stayed in a
Just
rest
south of
area
Fargo.
that night, yeah.
Just south of Fargo.
And got to
Wisconsin
your
the next
cousin
day. Yeah.
Jeff's the next
Yeah.
day.
Something happened on the cord. I think when the element had come loose and started going back and forth, it pulled one of the wires loose on the cord, and it shorted out my taillights. So we had no taillights.
Oh, that's
When
right.
it was nighttime, I pulled it on. I noticed I had no taillights, so we pulled over in a rest area, which happened to be between two freeways,
Yeah,
which was like a truck, like
Which
a
was-
weigh scale that was closed.
yeah.
And we stayed there for the night, and I fixed the wire the next day and replaced the fuse. When we got to Wisconsin, it's a great big maxi fuse, which I didn't have.
Yes.
And
so
yeah, so
always
we're-
take extra
yeah.
things with you.
the fuse in there, got the taillights working, and yeah.
And so we had like the best place to stay. It was,
Yeah, my cousin
and
Jeff's.
you'll see pictures of that.
Stayed at a deer farm.
Yeah, and we really encouraged him to maybe have a site for
Hear the
RVs.
rooster
that
every
one,
morning.
That one is started.
She saw turtle laying eggs next to the road.
It was just,
yeah.
it was just amazing. Amazing to visit with
all my relatives.
your cousins
Aunt
and
Joyce,
yeah.
all my. I
Yeah.
have one aunt left
Yep.
out of all my both,
Yeah.
my dad's side of the family. We spent a week there in Wisconsin.
We
It's
did.
great.
Yeah, we went on a really nice boat ride.
This is Captain Jeff. Captain Jeff. You may be on YouTube. I don't know. There's our new subscribers. Well, pretty close.
So I driving?
Wow.
Are you driving? Look at you go.
You're pretty good at driving this, aren't you?
We
Around Green Lake.
you jammed with your
Cousin
Dan.
So as you sit with your friends on this Christmas Eve, come and visit a friend that I know. He's got a one-room flat where he shares his kitchen and he's living there alone. Yeah.
And
Yeah, I tried. Yeah.
you did really well.
Yeah, we watched
thought
him
you
play
did.
at a winery.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
we went to a really nice winery there. But while Dan played, we sat and talked
Sat
and
with Dan
drank
and we
wine
sat with Denise and her friend. Oh, I can't remember her friend's name. Bob
Oops.
and. Anyways, they were nice people.
Yeah.
We met them, and they have a motorhome also,
Yeah,
and they're getting close to taking off and
to
traveling.
doing our thing. Yeah, and so then we left there. It is Tuesday morning, June 1. A beautiful day in Wisconsin. We've had a wonderful time with relatives, just getting to know them again. And now we're heading out to places unknown. And let's see, we had one other thing on the road that
Oh, fuel filters plugged.
yeah,
On the
so-
way back, and
so we got
bad
fuel.
fuel.
We thought we got
Minnesota.
bad fuel, and then what happened there?
and then it started cutting out at about 55 or 60. Anytime I started climbing a hill, it started cutting out a little bit. So we were in
Murdo?
Murdo, South Dakota. Google that. It's in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And auto parts store happened to have the filter I needed. I
Yeah.
stuck it on.
Hi. We are just west of Murdo, South Dakota. And what's going on?
I'm gonna replace the fuel filter because it's kind of missing.
So we're at a pull-off here in Murdo, South Dakota.
Both fuel filters, so you just want to see what happens, I guess.
See what happens. We'll try and make it to Rapid City.
Yeah.
Hopefully this is the issue. Just another issue.
I wish we had another filter, the second one, but
Anyway, it's very sunny here. Out with the old.
well, see what happens, I guess.
All right.
Okay, another chapter.
Yes, another chapter in what's the worst that could happen. Anyway, this isn't the worst. Could be a lot worse. Anyway, catch you later. So we've been on the road for what, 5 miles?
Yeah.
And I think it's fixed. Carry on. Oh, no, not carry on.
Carry extra filters with you, which I didn't do. You need to do that.
Right,
I meant to and forgot to.
right,
So
right.
I still got
Any-
another filter to replace, but they didn't have one, so.
And anything you think you might need, take it along. Take two. Later. Yeah.
And we went all the way to Rapid City, and then I replaced the other filter because it's got 2 fuel filters. And then I bought 2 spares.
Yeah.
And so we have the spares in there right now. And
Yeah. So we
just
have.
in case we get bad fuel again. And
pretty
yeah, it's
much.
been doing good.
And we left South Dakota and headed to Montana.
Yeah.
And that's a story that is coming.
Yeah, I'm kind of trying to outrun the heat.
Yes,
But
we
it's
did.
getting
We
close.
left.
We're going to have to leave. We got it for another night here in Montana, but we're going to leave early because it's supposed to be in the 90s tomorrow.
We left
So,
Wisconsin
yeah.
just in time.
Yeah, they've got record heat there.
Yeah.
And in Sheridan, Wyoming, we went through at noontime. It was 96
Yeah.
degrees already.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So anyway, we just
Yeah.
wanted to get you caught up
All right.
more. Yeah.
Yeah.
Get you more
All right.
caught up with where we are. So.
Okay.
Thanks for watching.
Yep. See ya.
Like, subscribe, share, and like, subscribe, share,
and
ring the bell.
ring the bell. Yeah.
Ring the bell.
That way you get notified. All right.
Okay, thanks for watching.
Bye.
Later.
Going on the road, going on the road, going on the road with Harley and Mona. RV broke.